fear of the Lord is simply the beginning of wisdom and knowledge, and that means increasing in what you are. And as John 1:1 says, the Word became flesh. Logos, which in the Greek simply means reason. God created his creatures to be rational and to formulate and cultivate right reason in the garden. Satan, the first opposer to God's counsel and wisdom, tempted Eve, and Eve accepted that temptation. And ultimately, the knowledge of evil is to cheat in the most clever of ways and claim victory before anything happens. So you will surely die, everyone knows that means spiritual death. Since God is spirit and truth, if you deny spirit and truth in that counsel, then the alternative is hell/death. Well, death comes first and then hell. So reverence for God simply means to know that he is God. And if one chooses to have common sense, then in theory, one should fear God, and then in reality, you should fear God. It is amazing, though, how many do not fear God. All of God's commandments include virtues of some sort. Virtue is simply a right disposition towards mind, and the way the mind should work and how one should use their free will and rationale. So it is simple. To fear God is to accept him as God and you as created. Even Calvinists know this, but Calvinism has nothing to do with Christianity at all. Even those like Calvin understand that fear of the Lord is to accept God as creator, and those who are not God as created. So Calvin and others like Calvin understand what fear of the Lord is in theory, and they use that theory to control others to make them fear them. They were very manipulative in their cultures, and they killed each other over whether they should baptize infants or not. And then you meet Calvinists who actually think that God would send an infant to hell before it's even born, understanding original sin and one who actually sins. Born into a world of sin, but you still have free will to cling to God and to follow his commandments, to fear him, or to deny and become irrational in a certain form or way. Obviously, the choice is yours. So you can take Matthew 10:28 very seriously or laugh at it. So don't fear those who can kill body, fear him who can destroy both body and soul in hell. Highly suggest, because some have suggested that suggestion is very powerful, I highly suggest one chooses God over hell. To me, at least, that seems like the best option. Infinite reward or infinite punishment by those fallen angels who do not accept God anymore. To you, I've made my choice.